Did you know that you're currently watching the Hotness Unleasher Show? It's a live show with Trevor Van Warden. Oh my. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, we have 3 writers today that are guests today. They know all about the hotness and commas. Who knew? We've got some Contection. Yeah, a word from the 1600s because Trevor, he's a word nerd. Did you know that? I didn't. It's the hotness. Be ready. Type in the comments. Tag your friends. Grab a drink and let's go. And go we shall.
Go we shall. Hit the other button.
Welcome. It's the Hotness Unleasher Show. Hotness. I'm Elijah, charming you with my face for radio. Our guest today, Amara, dotting our T's, crossing our I's. For Renee, she's focused on time-rich systems so that she can have totally more time to hang 10. And Britta, celebrating the release of a podcast for an ad agency client. Woo! The hottest host on the internet without hair, the hostess with the mostest. He's the runner-up for 2024 Sexiest Man in the Corset, Trevor Van Warden.
All right. Welcome, my friends, to Season 3, Episode 4, Contection of the Hotness Unleasher Show, where I have none other than Amara Murphy, Britta Newley, and Renee Fro Yo, and I got that right because I asked her in advance. So we're just gonna make that like I'm good there. So all right. Yes, Nadine, hit the other button. All right. So for everybody's benefit, Amara and Nadine have worked together. Like, so Renee, this is like what I'm talking about. So the hotness community comes out and supports each other, and that's why we are all here tonight. I'm so excited. All right, this is for the first time we have Elijah with us, who is doing the production. So we had 2 intro videos because he made one. He made one fancy. Because we're fancy, because we got Elijah, because he makes that stuff, right? He's that guy who makes like audio stuff happen, which I'm so excited about, because now we don't just have bongos tonight. Okay, for you people who have been here before, okay, should know that I got a little bongo, and it's okay. So we're gonna try some new stuff because Elijah has made like special intros and with like audio and stuff. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's already here and in the comments, because you are making the show right now, right? Everybody in the comments, I know we got everybody like on the screen and stuff, but all right, we got Hunter, we got Amber. Now Amber Hollowell is in North Carolina. I want to say thank you for coming out, Amber. If Elijah could pick that one up, they've got some flooding going on out there. A lot of rain, a lot of disaster stuff going on. So I want to say, Amber, thanks so much for taking a few minutes. I know your show is starting in 12 minutes. So if you get tired of this one, go over to Amber's show. She's got something cooking over there. Okay, so good stuff. Sarah Rodriguez, we're gonna have Sarah Rodriguez going to be a Hotness Unleasher guest here coming up soon. All right, Leslie Flowers. I think I said Sam Sierra, Nadine, Stephen Weston, Kelly Steinecke. Man, look at this. Lisa Vivek. All right, Peter Wheeler's in the house. Oh, I love it. All right, this is because you guys make the show. All right, all the time that you put in here, Peter, you're not too late. Yes, Renee, the cat has got to go. Where's the cat? The cat left.
Sleeping on my bed. I don't know if you can see her.
No, you got to go get the cat and bring the cat to the.
You want me to bring the cat? I'll bring the cat.
Yes, right, go get the cat.
Hotness started.
Yeah, we're gonna get the hotness, but we gotta get the cat.
You're not too late, Peter.
I mean, we're live. We'll just sit and wait for you. It's fine. That's okay.
Okay, cat time. It's a cat.
Worth it.
He's like, what the heck? I was sleeping.
Sleepy cat.
She no longer likes to sleep on me.
Oh, look at the kitty. Oh, hello, kitty. Oh,
like, you guys.
Now we woke up.
I was on my 10th nap.
All right, woke her up, and now she's just gonna unleash hell while we're on this show today. Okay. So, audience, commenters, you guys are doing great. Now, you have a job. All right, everybody who's listening, you have a job. Now, don't forget. Now, Elijah's gonna try to help you remember too. But here's the deal: when we announce somebody, your job is to tag them like mad in the comments, all right? Because what happens is in their notifications, it lights up like this, like they get a bunch, and they'll be like, what the heck? What happened? What happened? Okay, so that's your job. Okay, you got to tag them in the comments, and maybe they'll come in. Maybe they're already here. You know, there's always that possibility. So that's it. So you're making the show together, and the more tags and more comments, and you can send them some DMs if you know them, or even if you don't, you can go out and tag them on the post. Say, hey, you got named in the Hotness Unleasher Show. Congratulations. That's what we're trying to do. We want to shower love on all our friends that we're going to be talking about here very, very shortly. All right. Speaking of that, things are good, right? Right now, things are crazy. Okay, we've got a crazy United States news cycle happening. Okay, so we're just gonna not talk about that right now. We're gonna acknowledge that it exists, and we're just gonna move on from all that other stuff, because this is a safe space that we've created to celebrate the hotness of other people. Okay, so let's leave it at that. All right, so Amara.
Hey.
I want to put you in seat number 1, Britta 2, Renee, you're in seat 3. Okay, so we're going to go in order. We're going to start. You're going to start with your first person, and then we'll go to Britta's first person. Renee, you're first, and then you're second. Mara, Britta, you're second, and then Renee, you'll close us out with your third. Okay, and we will be out of here no later than 6:30 p.m. Pacific, which I believe is 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and beyond that, I lose track. So, okay. Oh, Mara.
Hey.
Okay, click, clap. So I want to know, what are you doing right now? So give us a couple minutes of what's happening in Amara's world.
Yeah, I recently came back to LinkedIn, I think tail end of July, right after I got back from visiting Nadine, which I get bragging rights for because I was the first one to go see her.
Did you go to Mexico City? And I
did.
What? Ah, killing me. Oh.
But you should have been faster. You should have been faster.
Oh.
You did it. Well, you missed my first post.
Okay, well, that's been happening a lot lately. I miss stuff. Okay, so anyway, so you go to Mexico City, you meet Nadine in person. Nadine's in the audience. Nadine, thank you for being such a lovely host. I'm sure it's awesome.
Oh, she was fantastic. I don't think I could have had a better experience with the hosts at all. She was so kind. She was so friendly. I had a great time. She showed me around so many places. I walked a lot. I walked more than I ever did in a day, I think. But I had a lot of fun being there. And then, I came back and I made a post that you missed that was basically being judged by one of her cats that I wasn't on LinkedIn. So I jumped back in and said, I think it's time. My hiatus has been long enough.
Avocado or toast?
I think it was avocado because he is the one that's okay getting close to me.
Okay. All right. So, for the benefit of everybody in the house tonight, if you don't know Nadine's cats, avocado and toast. Okay, so she's got these two cats, and they are the central characters in her ongoing story, her LinkedIn storytelling. So it's very good. I'm so envious that you got to go down there and visit her. That sounds amazing. All right, so you've been back, you were judged. So what are you doing now? What's coming? What's cooking for you? What are you?
I have a lot that I need to start actually building on. When I first came onto LinkedIn, it was mostly jokes and giggles and trying to find my way from a really hard time. And then I met you. We have an origin story that we love to share for people. And I think those first couple of years of me being on here was mostly just for building that community and kind of seeing what the foundation was going to be. But it's time for me to actually get serious about this place. So nothing officially in the works yet, but definitely getting my feet wet again, saying hi to my community, catching up with everybody, and letting them know that I'm here, I'm back, come say hi.
and what a way to do it! Like, hit the Hotness Unleasher Show, man. Yeah. You are here. We're just gonna make it happen. You got the comics in the background. I see that happening. Okay, so. Man, all right. So it has been awesome knowing you for the last couple of years, and I can't wait to see how your story just continues to be written and unfold. And again, I just have to stop being envious of your visit to Mexico City to see Nadine. Okay,
you need to go say hi.
I do. I gotta get down there. Okay, so moving on from you and your awesomeness. Okay, Britta. All right, so Britta, as I was explaining to Renee and to Elijah and Amara, that we are pre-Hotness Unleasher OGs. Okay, so
we are.
Yes. So I tell the story all the time, but I want to hear it from your point of view. Like, what was that experience that we shared back in the pre-dawn era?
Oh my gosh. So it was when people were just starting to talk about personal brand development and what that meant. And so I was sort of dipping my toes in what the heck that meant. And I got a little fancy with my LinkedIn biopic background, and I changed it to teal, and because I thought it looked cool. And all of a sudden I get this little notification in my inbox. It's like, hey, you have a teal background. So do I. My name is Trevor. How's it going? And I just thought it was so funny. It was the funniest way to introduce. And you said, so it was an individual message from you first. And you're like, we have this underground, like, secret club. And like, you should join it. And I was like, what's the club? People who have teal backgrounds. I was like, oh,
it's so dumb.
It's so secret.
Yeah.
But it was great. I mean, it was really fun, and actually ended up being a really neat place to connect with quite a few people. And it was kind of like, it was towards the end of the pandemic, but we were still in the pandemic at the time. And so it was just a really neat way to connect with people that I had never thought of. And it was people from all over everywhere. Yeah, it was really neat.
All over the world. Yeah, we even managed to snag Jay Leach. Remember? I mean,
we did.
He hung out with us for like 5 minutes until he literally exploded on this platform and doesn't talk to us anymore. But you know, he was here for a little bit, and so we got to kind of get some of that coolness. But that was fun, and that was weird, and it was great, and it was the source of an episode that we actually did later, and you were supposed to be on it. That's it. And you bailed. You bailed out. And that's that. Mm-hmm. There we go. See,
it's forever my shame, Trevor.
Forever my shame. Okay, so it's I was feeling so badly that it's taken this long to get you in as a guest, but now it's on you. So
it was Tim Davidson. It was the episode with Tim Davidson.
Yeah. Tim Davidson, JLH, and Sandra Wilson were on there. So for everybody's benefit,
speaking of people who have exploded, Tim Davidson, man.
Yeah, Tim took off. Sandra, she was always on fire, and then JLH, right? So that was like super. So if you were in the TBG, okay, so good stuff.
We're like the PayPal mafia, only not at all like that.
There you go. All right, so. That's the background. I'm glad you're here. What is cooking now? What is happening today and for the next, foreseeable future for you?
So right now I've been doing podcast consulting. So I'm building a podcast, or I have built a podcast for a large ad agency called Barkley OKRP. And it's a podcast on healthcare innovation called Healthcare Champions. The host is Sam Mears. He's a wonderful, incredible human being, really out to make some huge change in healthcare, and has a little bee in his bonnet about that, and wants to talk to people that are actually making changes in terms of products they're making, policies, grassroots stuff. So it's really cool. So there's that. That's the Healthcare Champions podcast. Then I also have my own personal podcast, which I've been on hiatus a little bit from. That is the Newly podcast. And that's really a podcast to talk to other people to sort of help millennials figure out where, how to navigate this career thing. Because, man, we have been through so much collective career trauma. Because we all came of age during the housing crisis. Like, we all graduated college during the housing crisis. And enter the job market in some crazy stuff. So we all need kind of a different way to look at how we build our careers, because nobody's taught us that. So that's one. And then I got another something cooking. I can't tell you guys about it yet. It's very top secret, but it's gonna be great. I'm excited. I also have another podcast I'm a co-host for called the Change For You By You podcast. That is a really incredible podcast. It really focuses on Gen X women who are wanting to make big shifts in their career. Some incredible humans on that podcast, and some really great episodes. Okay, so time out for a sec. So so when you said that, I heard Bayou as in like Louisiana. Oh no, not the Bayou.
Okay.
For you, by you.
Okay. So BY space YOU. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Just clarify that, because we all hear things, and this now we've got it. It's all that. Perfect. Okay, so you're like a podcast machine now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call me a content machine, really producing a lot of content, but that technically is only my part-time job. So really looking for a full-time opportunity coming up here. So yeah.
Okay, so all right. So we'll let's just say that when that day comes, I will be as thrilled as anybody for you and for that, because I know that's been a trial that you have been working on.
Yeah,
so,
thank you. Yeah. It's
all right.
Right.
Well,
great.
Here we are. So let's say Britta's needs full-time employment. So if anybody knows anything, like, let's
yeah, if anybody's hiring for content management, content production, marketing management, customer success management, anything.
Perfect. Okay. I love it. All right. So you're fully supported by me. All right. And the rest of the Hotness Unleasher community. Okay.
Yeah.
So Renee, you are
Yes.
new here. You are new here. We don't have background stories to go to dive into. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how do you know Elijah? Because he invited you. He was very excited, and you were the very first person that he just said, "Oh, let's get Renee." And so
Elijah.
okay, let's make it happen. All right. So
Okay.
Renee, tell us your story.
Okay. Well, before I forget, Britta, I have an excellent guest recommendation for your Gen X podcast. So note that. And Elijah, thank you so much for thinking of me. I guess I've only been on LinkedIn really for less than a year. I started back in December. And by that, I mean creating content and participating in the social media part of LinkedIn. I've been on LinkedIn since the beginning of my career. I've really used it to make these kinds of connections with people. So there's been a lot of discovery calls, which I subsequently turned into walk and talks so that I could get off my computer for a little bit and have it. Actually, I realized it's the conversations end up being much more intimate and casual and easy. They flow when you're not, trying to formalize it so much now with a video. But yeah, I've been on LinkedIn trying to sort of build a lead pipeline to my fractional content marketing consultancy. But I've been pivoting over the past couple of months. I had a post that was really popular about how I think fractional is a completely broken model and it kind of sucks and it's only for a certain type of person. But a lot of us become freelancers because we like, the flexibility in our schedule, and we like to work in a project basis and, stay creative and stay engaged. And so I've been trying to find different ways to build a business model that doesn't just default to fractional when it's freelancing. So that has spun into 2 offers. I'm doing workshops for startups, brand story and content workshops for startups. And I'm just about to roll out and then beta testing with a couple of clients this one-to-one story mining offer.
Okay.
Where I basically help founders extract their best stories to use on social and their other content channels, newsletters, podcasts.
Okay. Wow. So what kind of startup, are you in a specific vertical or specific parameters that you really go after?
I keep the majority of my clients have been in food, but then lifestyle. There's one that's like a tool for starting an online business. It's I started in food, but it's kind of expanded there. A lot of my freelance startup stuff has come via referral.
Okay.
Sustainability actually has been a handful of clients.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. I love hearing that. I'm glad I asked because there's so much just like B2B tech, right? Yeah. That's happening out here. And so that's not really where you focus. And so, okay.
I mean, they all have a tech angle. That's for sure. They're all enabled by tech, but they're not SaaS. Sure. They're not SaaS companies strictly. No.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you are here, and welcome to this community. There's a lot of people who are going to be really interested in having some, some deeper conversations, I think, after this is over. I mean, the whole idea that fractional is
it leaves something to be of us.
That's interesting. That's because that's been a word that has been floated around a lot over the last couple of years, and
The thing I said that I feel like resonated most with people is that I felt like I traded one boss for 5.
Okay.
Right. And everyone's nodding their eye.
Okay. Yeah. Yay. Yeah. And then you still own nothing. Okay. So, all right. So let's just say, hey, man, awesome. Like all the stories and like cool stuff is happening. Okay. So Elijah, thank you for inviting Renee in. Here we go. All right. So now we're going to get the show on the road. It is 6:05. We have 25 minutes to go. I'm thrilled. The comments are just flowing. I'm seeing Sam and Nadine just kind of going back. Hunter's here. Okay. I want to acknowledge everybody who's just been hanging out in the comments. I love that Sam and Nadine are just on fire. Okay. You guys just making it happen. Now, Sarah Rodriguez, she knows what's real. Okay. All right. So we're going to do this thing. We're going to have timing issues. Okay. Because this is the first time that we're doing it a new way to announce our Hotness Unleashers. Okay. So Amara, so I'm going to put you in charge, Elijah. Of pushing the button. So I'm going to say, okay, Amara, you're up. Okay, so Elijah's going to push the button, and this is good.
Thank you, Amara, for introducing us to Laura Ray Reed. Hear this. Laura provides value rooting, mission clarity, disruptive ideas, hotness, and growing faster than weeds do on your front lawn. Craft powerful long-form content so that you can leverage your influence in your industry as deep as the Earth's core. Ooh, Amara, I'm feeling the hotness. What would you like to share about this hot, spicy connection?
Well, firstly, sorry for the clicking because I have really bad stage fright and I forgot one of my person's names, I thought, and that's what was happening. I didn't realize that we were going to get the full name on screen. I was panicking. Yeah, Laura Ray Reed is somebody that I connected through Nadine in another group on LinkedIn that's for writers, copywriters, copy editors, that sort of thing. And when I first connected with Laura, I immediately was able to see how refreshing, how like bright her content is, how bright she is when she's interacting with people. And just as a personal, I'm a big foodie, so every single time she posts food, I'm on it. That is exactly what I'm wanting to eat. You need to mail that to me right now. But I think Laura is somebody that a lot of people deserve to get to know. I have always had nothing but good things to say about her, and her writing is badass. Her writing is bomb.
I love it. So to Laura, if you're listening now, I want to say welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. I love it. I was when I went out and tried to sort of figure out like, hey, who's Laura, right? So you've got basically under 1,000 followers at this point, which just means you're just brand new to LinkedIn, basically. But awesome, right? Just I can see how you were 100%. Just engage with with Amara's content and going kind of back and forth and really being supportive and really intrigued by that. So Amara, I'm thrilled that you have brought Laura into this community, and I can't wait to see her just continue to be cool and now be sure to follow for these baking secrets and
you have to check it out. She's really good, but she told us to stop talking her up about it.
Okay, well, too bad. She already just got talked up about it. So that's how this show works. Okay, great. I love it. All right, so when the videos are playing, by the way, we're all muted. So you guys can yell and scream to everyone and clickety clack on your stuff. So FYI, we didn't hear anything. All right, so with that, thank you. All right, so I'm still getting used to our new system. Okay, I can see Elijah's wanting to do things, wanting me to move forward. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm moving forward. All right, so.
Thank you, Amara, for sharing this introduction to David Gardner. Over 16 years, he served underprivileged communities in Florida. Hotness! Back to school again, but this time David swan dives into spreadsheets, graphs, and money charts, so all you need to do is sign on the dotted line. He does the heavy lifting, so you need to sing Kumbaya and count sheep. That's it. Talk about easy, huh? Amara, I'm feeling the hotness. What would you like to share about this hot, off-the-charts connection? Go Gators!
David is also one of my OGs, but before we get into him, I think Renee had a question that would be valuable to answer.
Okay.
It's in the comments. It says, "Does it work?" Well, Renee, you're here. You can say it.
I logged in through YouTube. Does it work if I tag here? How's this tag?
Probably
Just
not.
in LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's just a LinkedIn.
You can tag them for comments' sake, and I'll put it up there. It'd be fine.
But we love YouTube comments, so please stay there because it makes us look like we're a legit show, right?
Okay.
Like we're multi-platform. Okay,
Love it.
yes. So
Keep the
so
YouTube
go with
going.
that. So we're so as Elijah and I are getting to know each other in the flow show, right? David would have come fourth in our system instead of second, but we're just going to go with it. So the next one will be Britta 1. Elijah, okay. After this,
do them all at once.
No, we're going to go from we're going to talk about David right now because David is the star of the show. He has just been tagged. Amara, thank you for bringing David in. All right, so let's talk about David. Why is he so awesome?
Yeah, David is another one of my OGs. I think I connected with him about the same time that I connected with you. Unless, did you tell me to connect with him?
I think Amber might have.
Amber. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, hopefully a lot of people know Amber Williams by Hotness Unleasher Season 3. But yeah, David was another one of the people that I really connected with at the beginning that showed me a lot of welcoming and I think he was actually the first person that I got into a group with. It wasn't you were my second. David was my first, and through him I got to really see the beauty in the community from just like people, because when it was me coming on here and talking at first, it was this understanding that I think a lot of people have about LinkedIn still, where it's just a business platform and you post things about SEO and SaaS and like clients, get your leads, how to build, whatever it is. Yeah. And it's not a paywall, but it is some kind of wall that you have to get through to get to the actual people that are posting and building a community. So you were my OG, David was my OG, and I really just wanted to shout him out and give him the props for that.
Yeah, and that guy, he I got to get him on here too. He's just been like a stalwart, just steady go guy, and has been hosting this monthly meetup that he has that has I've only been able to make it once, in all this time, but I did make it. And the experience I had was just one of bunch of people hanging out, caring about each other for a minute, and really moving into this concept, or at least expanding on this digital originated relationship idea, right? The door, which I know Nathan Hill loves. I haven't seen him around lately. I kind of miss that guy, but would love just to celebrate that David is a boss of that, right? And has done it and has stuck with it. And I wanted just to say, like his commitment to that group has not gone unnoticed by you and by me at the very, very least. So, David, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. Love that you were here. Amara, thank you for bringing him in. Okay, so now Elijah.
Just one at a time. I got this.
One at a time. So we're going to Britta 1.
Okay. Thank you so much, Britta, for introducing us to Matilda Funderburk, a dream architect who's an intuitive business coach while helping others feel free. Together, you can escape the shackles of corporate life. She immigrated to the States at 23, has experience as a business manager for 7-figure businesses, and now she's a founder of her own 6-figure business, traveling the world, living that no-bad life. Britta, I'm feeling this hotness. So what would you like to share about this hot connection?
Matilda is incredible. She's an incredible human being. Not only is she a really amazing business coach, but she also, for sure, does amazing astrology readings. Like, blow your mind. She's French, so she has a beautiful accent. And her dad does the astrology readings with her. And he's this sweet, very old Frenchman. And it's incredible. But beyond that, she's just been an encourager of my story, an encourager personally, professionally. And her and I are actually going to start another live here coming up in September, where she helps intuitively coach people live. And so there's definitely a spiritual bent to some of her intuitive coaching, and it's not necessarily woo woo. It has a lot to do with neuroscience and how you really want to design the life of your dreams. And she has experience kind of navigating through the muck and mud of how you do that, and knows how to lead people in that direction. So she's great.
Man, thank you so much for bringing her into the show right now. I love it. MBF, right? That's kind of how I think we're.
Yep.
She and I haven't really hung out. I think maybe I don't even know if we've traded a DM yet or anything, but I feel like I know who she is, like, because her story is really just kind of out there in terms of how she presents it.
Yeah.
And a long time ago, now we're talking 2 years, okay, well, relatively speaking, I remember coming across her parallel universe to the Hotness Unleasher community, right? Yeah. So she has there's another community of people that I would describe as very similar to this one. And yet they don't really overlap that much. And yet they still are really kind of intertwined, and these relationships are real. And I remember I just sort of stood back like, wow, this is terrific. Way to go. And they're into it, and they know each other and support each other, and it's amazing. So if you're not down with Hotness Club, there's another one cooking over there, and she's got stories to tell, and she's proud of her her new business and kind of what she does, and her husband, and he's part of that this stuff. I know a lot of us don't. My spouse isn't. She's not here. She's not part of it. So to have have your better half participate with you is cool, and it resonates with me. So
yeah,
awesome, Britta. Thank you for bringing Mathilde Bernard
Funderburg
into this community. There's overlap, right? And the other one that comes to just off the top of my head is Hounds of Business, right? So that whole group, true, is it overlaps a little bit with this one, but it's its own group. So in any case, man, okay, MBF, you're welcome here again. I love it that you have that Britta has brought you in. So here we go. Okay, so Elijah, we're going to Renee 1.
Renee, thank you for introducing us to Caitlin Lang. Ambitious females will have their confidence boosted with scroll-stopping websites. Hotness! Attract high-paying clients who no longer throw up when they visit your website. Instead, they value, trust, and honor your authority much better. When she's not dreaming up creative ideas, she's climbing to new heights with her teenage son. Renee, I'm feeling the hotness. What would you like to share about this hot, raise the rates connection?
Yes. All right, Caitlin. Well, Caitlin, I met through LinkedIn recently. We connected not only over building businesses and being on LinkedIn, but because we're both divorced moms who started our businesses post-divorce. And Caitlin has been, a true connector. She actually lives nearby. She's in the Bay Area. She's over in Oakland, and I'm near San Francisco. And, I talk about how reputation is essentially like what people say about you when you're not in the room, right? And it's the most important asset you have. And Caitlin has just said my name in so many rooms that I've gotten speaking opportunities. I've gotten live workshopping opportunities just because she said, oh, you should talk to Renee. And she's not, I'm not alone in that experience. I've now connected with a lot of other people who Caitlin has built into her network. And she's just that person that does that. She's like a champion for the relationships for the people that she meets. And I just think she's such an inspiration in that way, and such a generous, giving human in the way that, I aspire to be a generous, giving human in my relationships. And so Caitlin is just kind of, she's her business took off. I told her story in my newsletter, and she is talking about, she's talking about brand building and her own business building, and a lot of issues and topics around female empowerment and feminism and the way that we talk about, women, especially aging women. So she just is an interesting person and a great connection for anybody who takes the time to make the connection with her. So that's why I wanted to nominate her.
Man, look, you just like knocked it out of the park. Like, okay, I'm just gonna show up and I'm just gonna tell this story like you actually know her. And holy crap, okay, you have just like unpacked so much awesome stuff. So, the fact that you live nearby, have the divorced mom with the business post-divorce kind of thing happening, not kind of actually happening, and you're experiencing success in that way. Nadine shows up and says, "Well, she's my competition, but she's awesome." Okay, I'm loving all of this, and then just the authenticity that you're experiencing in that relationship is really inspiring. I'm trying to make the theme of season 3 to be authenticity, right around this particular show. I'm just finding like that's, I don't know,
it's just so necessary, especially now with so many people replacing their authentic voice with a robot voice. And I can understand why people are craving it more and more. And even trying to figure out how to show up authentically is a real challenge, even though you're trying, but it's hard when you're forced to in like this format of online social media world.
It is hard,
so
it is hard. Yeah. And that's partially why the inspiration behind doing like live shows, right? Because we are all here, right? The 5 of us right now are collectively here. And then everybody who's in the comments, right, are all together in this moment in time digitally. Yeah. Okay. But that's what we got. And that's what we're making it. We're doing the best we can to have an authentic, connected experience. Contection. Was that even the word? I can't. Oh yeah, contection.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So this thing, we make this content. We're making this show. Okay, it's all cool, right? So I love it that Caitlin is like making websites. It's down with that, and I want to just say to Caitlin personally, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. Renee, thank you for bringing her in. She's doesn't have like a bajillion followers. Okay, awesome. We love that around here, right? We want folks who are just, like here for the reals. So yes, I do get a little soppy sometimes, Nadine. Thank you for noticing. This you people matter to me. Okay, legit, and it's all good. All right. So with that, again, Caitlin, welcome. All right, Britta. All right, Elijah, we're going to Britta 2.
Mr. Hotness, I'm going to push a button.
Okay.
Thank you, Britta, for introducing us to Kurt Schmidt. He's from the future. Is that why he has no hair? Hotness! His current business is accelerating like a rocket ship to the moon, and he loves helping others craft their life with strategic precision. He's an ex-sports pro, he's an author, and he's after my own heart with a passion for podcasting. Britta, I'm feeling this hotness. So what would you like to share about this hot connection?
I am so excited to talk about Kurt Schmidt. He is an incredible human being. So first of all, I met him back in 2020 when I lost my job on Valentine's Day of 2020, my first Valentine's Day single in 10 years. And it was a really terrible day. And I met him several days after that. I had chosen to delete my LinkedIn profiles and all my social media profiles for privacy during my divorce. And then the pandemic hit. And guess what? I was looking for a job with zero network, literally zero network. And I was terrified. And Kurt was the owner of a really successful agency here in Minneapolis. It was called The Foundry. And it was a very successful dev agency. He also founded The Nerdery, which is another very successful agency that he sold his piece of and left. So he is really good at scaling businesses. And he also used to be a pro skater, like skateboarding. He's just the coolest guy I've ever met. And he changed my perspective on what networking was. Because I was like, oh, I don't want to be fakey. I don't want to da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, Britta, networking is simply finding people that are doing cool stuff. Bleep, he said the S word, whatever. Cool stuff that you care about. He's like, that's it. If you're doing it any other way, then you're doing it wrong. Just find cool people that are doing cool stuff that you care about. That's how I found you, Trevor.
There we are.
So without Kurt, I never would have joined the Teal Background Club, and I never would have been a part of all of this wonderfulness. And Kurt is doing consulting now, just kind of at his leisure. And if you can get a chance to snatch him up, take it. He's an amazing person.
Awesome. at all. Never met the guy. It's the first time I've ever heard of him, and he sounds like a terrific fella. Yeah. All right. So, man. All right, Kurt, dude, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. I'm just gonna take a time out, right, and get on over there and figure out what is what's cooking and what this live post agency sale leisure is all about, and
right. Well, and like, this is the craziest thing. So the first meeting I had with him, he just like put his calendar link out on LinkedIn because he just saw everybody getting laid off and just felt really bad. And I ended up snagging like one of the only spots. There was like 5 spots on his calendar, and I just snagged it. And
you took all 5.
Yeah, I took all. Let me take them all. and I literally, he listened to my story, and I was like taking notes on every single thing that he said. And he was like, if you do all these things, like, you will find a job in 2 months, I promise you. And I did. And I just like, I ticked everyone off. I was like, okay, Kurt said, I'm just gonna do it. So, yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right, Kurt, man, way to go. What a stud. All right, I love it. Okay, so yeah, we're a safe for work environment around here. Elijah said that, he said some stuff. So in any case,
you're right.
I got to rein it in. Just
my 6-year-old says, biscuits.
Cute.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm going to use that now, Renee.
I've started using it.
Yeah, that's terrific. Okay, yeah. So we're just going to take it down. I'm just going to take it down a notch. Just kind of mellow out on that. All right. So Kurt Schmidt, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. I think I already said that like 6 times, but again,
welcome again.
Yeah, man. We want cool. We want hotness in this place, right? That's
yes.
what we're all about. We want people who are giving back because there's just can't get enough. That's the gift we have to give, right? Attention is a gift that we could just give. All right. With that, we are down to our last Hotness Unleasher of the day of this particular show, season 3, episode 4, Contection, which came about because of Renee's amazing banner talking about connection and content.
There's a great connection, not content.
Yeah. Mashing those up. Doing that thing. Okay, so thank you for that use. So with that, Elijah, Renee 2, let's go.
I've been dying to do this for 42 minutes. Oh my, Renee brings us Erica Schneider. With 3 million word edits, you know that she's going to help you make an impact in your own words.
Hotness!
No fluff. Cut it out. Be gone, fluff. Kick your stale content in the human bits and get more meaningful results. Yeah. Her English clients refer to her as an absolute cherry. I don't know what that means, but cherries are delicious in ice cream, and that's good enough for me. Renee, I'm feeling the hotness. What would you like to share about this hot, melt-in-your-mouth connection?
All right. Well, it seems like Elijah is just as excited for Erica as I was. When you asked me for a recommendation, I was like, well, obviously Erica, but she's probably been done, right? And Trevor, you were like, no, I don't know her.
Make it
so
happen.
She's the obvious choice for me in my world, and I'm sure Nadine is a writer and editor. But I came across Erica early in my LinkedIn journey, and she is just so real and just says it like it is. And her newsletter, Cut the Fluff, isn't just about editing and writing better for online. I feel like she embodies that. She just cuts the crap. And she cuts through all the crap of LinkedIn, and she does it in such a gentle, nurturing way that it's just hard not to like her. And so I started commenting on her stuff, and then she actually reached out to me for a connection, and I was like, oh, you want to connect with me? And that's how our relationship started. And since then, we've worked together. I've hired her for her content sparring services, and she is just as lovely in person as she is online. So she's just one of those good humans, with good energy. And she's also just crushing it in her business. So she's a real inspiration. And she's a great role model for how to show up online authentically, right? As authentically as possible.
That's it. That's what we're all about. I love it. It's because hello, Amber, you were brought up, you were tagged, you were brought just the other day, a little bit ago. Right? So, all right, so back to Erica. Sorry. comments.
Nope.
I get excited by the comments.
I'm seeing
when I see, hey, and Garen Bulani's here. I
fans.
love that guy. So everybody's not following Garen. Garen's a stud. He his content is live. Like he has this like this package of stuff that he sells. Like if you want to be like a mobile maker of stuff. Look,
I told you I was gonna have 6:30 visitors.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Hotness.
Yeah, we're on the Hotness Show. All right, biscuits. Was it biscuits?
That's our biscuits. Yeah, that is our biscuits.
Oh, we got another one. We got another one. We got the whole posse.
Biscuits.
Awesome. All right, thanks for coming in. Okay, where was it? Erica. Okay, lucky you, right? I mean, so at some point we have to just say, lucky me, lucky all of us, lucky that I got to meet Elijah when I did, and Britta and Amara, and now you, right? And that you got to meet Erica when you did. And how did these things even happen, right? Like, what was the course of events that led to you meeting her early on in your journey, so that as you built your business and have been here and working on that you guys have been able to actually work together?
Wait, that question was directed to me. I'm sorry, I was distracted by.
No sweat. I'm just talking about how lucky you are to have met Erica.
I am. I feel very lucky to have met her and the relationship that's formed. And yeah, I think it's early stages too. I think. Like by definition, right? We're not even at a year yet, right? Mm-hmm. So there you go. Oh, and I want to say to Erica, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. I hope that you stick around. You are welcome here. This is a space where we celebrate each other and we give back the gift of attention. All right. Which brings us to 6:31 p.m. I promised that we would get out of here. Renee, the kids are bombing. I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up tonight. Nadine and Aaron and Amber and Sarah and Lisa. And it just, I can't even scroll up that much. Garen, all right, so go follow Garen. That guy, I love that guy. He's got the Canadian angle going, and these dogs and stuff. He's great. And everybody else that came out tonight, I want to say thank you so much. And to Amara and Britta and Renee and Elijah, all you guys helped make the show. Episode 5, it's coming. Maybe by the end of the month, maybe October 1st, give or take. So we're going to be recruiting some guests for that. Elijah and I will continue to work on our coordination, backgrounds, video effects, sound effects. Awesome. I'm loving what Elijah did for us. So I just want to say thank you, and a quick round for him and his help, because this is all volunteer. Nobody's getting paid. We're just doing it for fun and to create a little bit of balance and a little bit of love. So with that, I'm going to push the thank you count up timer, and I'm going to push the end stream button. If you guys are still here when that's off, we can talk a little bit. If you're gone, then it's been awesome. So with that, everybody, good night. I love you all.
Good night, everybody. It was so fun seeing you and talking.
Love you too, Trevor.
Thanks for coming out. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.